Ladies and gentlemen, if I may, the next head of the RNC, if I can, where is it? Oh, no, that's you guys. Hi, everybody. There you guys are. Hello. You're good people, and I'm glad you're here. Here he is. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Pillow himself. The man who makes any Arby's a game of Call of Duty. And we do. And anybody who's actually eaten at an Arby's has experienced the Call of Duty at some point, much sooner sometimes than even you might have expected. It kind of sneaks up on you. Okay, you're gonna be all right. It's fun times. Let's do this. Now, is Rumble working? It is. Look at that. Nope. Is it? Wait, hold on. Play, you stupid. Is it running? Yes, it is. Hey, look at that. That's fun. So to all our folks at Rumble, all our folk at Rumble, our one person, whoever watches this later. I'm going to start stacking wins here in a little while over at Rumble. But I would like to say hi. Russell and Jimmy are assholes. Trump is a lifelong loser and a fuck up. And the sooner you realize that, the happier you'll be. I'm just here to help. Okay, now, showtime. Mike Pillow is not happy sitting on the sidelines, but, you know, playing cheerleader for the rhinos or the maggots or anybody. He wants to get in the game, baby. He wants to show you what he's made of. He wants the mustache patrol to roll up on this place and get a little milk mustache situation happening. And before we dive into this, I want to thank, by the way, Bjorn for the Swedish kronar. And just discovering now that I'm a comedian. Sometimes it sneaks up on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the jokes later. And that's okay. Darren, again, thank you. These are from the morning show, and I didn't get a chance to say them. Mimi Cat, thank you so much. And Fog, thank you. And Celery Caraway, thank you for becoming a patron this morning. We got a new Patreon supporter this morning. Patreon.com/HalSparks. Also, Twitch.tv/HalSparks. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe there, and it doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps the show out. Memberships on YouTube, and you can share and gift those to your heart's delight if you think the show is worth watching. And if you think I work hard for the money, so hard for the money, which I think I do. Now, please, I can't hold off any longer. I need to hear this. Again, let me be abundantly clear before we start. Anybody thinks I'm being mean to this prick? In the beginning of all this stuff, I think a lot of us looked at Mike Pillow as a softball gullible Dumbo who just fell in with the wrong crowd and allowed his religion to be kind of corralled by Donald Trump and others and got suckered into supporting this bullshit. It's kind of a lovable loser on this. No. Mike Pillow is a prick. When the FBI took his phone, he went and got his secretary's phone and started calling all the same people with her fucking phone, endangering her and the FBI taking her phone as furtherance of a crime. He's a dick. And it's all and again, there's a very Glenn Ross thing happening here. He's always closing. Here we go.
Mike Lindell has prayed.
By the way, if you don't know who Mike Lindell is, he is not this callous barnacle of a person either. And I don't know how much blow you have to do or how much you have to rub your nose to have this nostril always inflamed. I don't know. I don't care to know.
And he's come to the conclusion that it is his task and purpose to run.
Task and purpose. Military, please tip of the spear, armor-piercing shell. Ballistic whoopee cushion.
Chair of the RNC. So, Mike, let me ask you these. Number one, you're being sued by, I don't know, all these different groups, billions.
Yeah, bring that up right out of the gate.
Thousands of lawsuits, with Fox and some, other people in the other. Is this just a sophisticated jujitsu move?
Yeah, that's what I think of. I mean, it might be jujitsu. It might be like the Nicolas Cage movie Jiu-Jitsu.
Are you playing four-dimension chess just to get...
Yeah. He's playing fourth dimensional Connect 4. He's playing 3D checkers.
Off the hook of these lawsuits, and that's why you're running for the RNC, so you can kind of make your case to the American people and maybe reverse argue outside the court of why you shouldn't be sued?
Yeah. Look at his face. He doesn't even understand what you're saying.
Is that where you're doing this?
No, absolutely not. And if you remember, Steve, I asked, let's just take Dominion. I asked Dominion to sue me. Remember that part?
Yeah, because they were going to.
These are frivolous cases called lawfare.
I think it was on. By the way, I think it was on this very show, if I remember
yes,
correctly.
Yes, it was. But I
think it was.
Put that aside over here.
Yeah. Multi-billion-dollar lawsuits because I tried to destroy some companies based on some dude farting in my face and telling me it was a spring breeze, and I wanted to believe it so bad because I want to use Trump's ass as a bong that I just have to believe this shit.
Here, I've got all the evidence over there. That'll play itself out in the courts,
Yeah.
but they delay it.
It'll just happen.
Dominion and Smart Man, there's no discovery. They've not shown anybody their source code or anything.
Yeah, they don't have to, dummy. This is like a rapist suing his victim and saying, I want discovery that includes me sniffing your panties. Piss off. You don't get to libel someone and then sue them so that you can look in their fucking closets. Your Honor, she dresses like a slut, Your Honor. She's a slut and a slutty slut. She dresses like a slut. And she sues you for calling her that because she lost a job or people didn't like her or blah, blah, blah. So a woman sues you for that. And then you're like, Your Honor, as part of discovery, I would like to root through her closets with my penis. Shut the fuck up.
And they're never gonna, Steve. So they
don't have to. Of course they're never gonna, stupid.
It's a separate issue.
If you're getting sued by Wells Fargo for calling them a child sex trafficking money laundering group, and you managed to get enough people to believe it where it affected their bottom line, and they went, fuck you, we're suing you for libel. They don't have to prove the negative. They don't have to prove that they're not. You have to prove you got your accusation from some fucking place. I don't know why this asshole does not understand how this works.
This here is 100% all in. I've seen the RNC is one of the most important organizations in our country.
I don't know. I think it's somewhere down there. No, I don't mean anything against it. It's somewhere between the Salvation Army and the Church of Satan.
And it's sinking. The ship is going down. And
right. And only Mike Pillow can save it.
It needs,
I have inflatable pillows.
It needs a leader, and it needs a business leader. It needs someone that knows how to fix things and how to be.
It needs a fluffer. And no one can fluff Donald Trump better than Mike Pillow.
Proactive in moving forward with a change in footprints. The footprint of our country has drastically changed it.
Yes, we're no longer Bigfoot. We're now dainty and wear support soles. The fuck? The footprint of our country?
It's went all over the board.
All right. Well, I thought I didn't understand it. Now I do. I take it back. My fault. Excuse me. I didn't realize. Hold on. Run that by me again. In case somebody missed it, I think it should be clear to most people.
In moving forward with a change in footprints. The footprint of our country has drastically changed it. It's went all over the board.
Yeah, don't step on the board. It's not that kind of fucking game, okay? You roll the dice, you move your little person, and if you have a kid, you put them in the back seat of the little car, and you try to get them to a spot where you can get them a college degree. It's the game of life.
Things that you thought that you could always count on, you can't count on anymore.
Nah, not when stuff goes. What fucking planet is this dude from? That's his shorthand?
You can't,
No, I can't, you know what? You can't, you know what? What do you mean? Fuck me. Wait.
It's drastically changed it. It's went all over the board. Things that you thought that you could always count on, you can't count on anymore. You can't, Yeah,
you know what? That was my fault too. Don't bother to fill in the blanks. We get it. things, those things that you used to count on, you can't count them anymore. So, the things that we used to count on, like stop signs and condoms.
So, no, this is 100% a need. And believe me, people came to me.
Oh, yeah. This wasn't his idea. People, they were like, he couldn't get any sleep. Just, yes, run for RNC. Because the Romney lady, all right, stop it. Leave me alone.
That's what first sparked this. These were big donors. And when the big donors are going to leave, and when the RNC, when you have its own members going, hey, we want to, we want to change, or they're happy, they're terming out, a lot of them. And a lot of them were good people. And
yeah, that made sense too. Please tell me someone's keeping notes so we can get this translated from gibberish later.
And also, Steve, remember, we started this with precinct strategy from the bottom up. We've learned,
you definitely started at the bottom. Definitely.
Learned so much that how important the RNC can be and is. But when they abandon you, it's not good. And
no, it's very terrible when you feel abandoned emotionally. There's so much you could do there, and you're not doing it. And when it's not done, it doesn't get done, and it won't be done. When will it be done? Bookik. I don't understand what the fuck this man is talking about.
We will lose. That's another way we would completely lose our country.
Okay,
so,
you're obviously a proven entrepreneur, business.
Yes, he is a proven entrepreneur, but what does it have to do with
when
manure?
they abandon you, it's not good, and we will lose. That's another way we would completely lose our country.
Okay,
so,
sure.
You're obviously a proven entrepreneur.
Yes, that's okay. I'm starting to think we all know that Steve Bannon shits on Mike Pillow. I'm starting to think he's doing this on purpose. Entrepreneur. I can't even say it when I want to. Entrepreneur is a great way to describe what Mike Lindell does for a living, what he is. He's an entrepreneur. He's an entrepreneur. Fuck, man. I can't. Entrepreneur. Right to his fucking face. And I can't. I swear to God, I think he's reading it off the paper because to say entrepreneur takes practice. I think he wrote it down. I'm gonna call him an entrepreneur in this. Write it down. It's hard to say. I know. I'll look right at it. I'll read it off the paper. Entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur.
But when they abandon you, it's not good, and we will lose. That's another way we would completely lose our country.
Okay,
so,
you're obviously a proven entrepreneur.
Oh shit! Entrepreneur. Jesus Christ. Sometimes, it's like a Freudian slip for the anal retentive. Shit. Okay, one more time. We'll move on.
but when they abandon you, it's not good, and we will lose. That's another way we would completely lose our country.
Okay,
so,
you're obviously a proven entrepreneur.
Okay, I gotta move on. Oh shit. A proven entrepreneur. I fucking can't say it. All right. That's why I think it was on purpose.
Businessman, you're obviously a fighter. You've got a huge following among the deplorables.
Yeah, that's what you want.
You're saying now that even big donors are reaching out to you because of the problem. Every person.
Again, like he's reading his own like half notes.
That's had this
shit.
from Rana to Reince to Haley Barbour, all these guys. They all have, if you look at, there's a commonality. They all have years or decades of experience in kind of the political game. And people have to know that's got its own moves, its own dynamics. I mean, ask Donald J. Trump about the difference between business and being a tough entrepreneur and being in the Shark Tank that is politics.
No. Shark Tank, fuck you. Trump didn't learn that it was like, oh man, you think business is tough. Wait till you get in government. No, in government, you're fucking accountable to the people that voted you in. And you're responsible for the people who didn't. At presidential level, like it or fucking not, You're the president of the whole fucking country, as much as he tried not to be. It wasn't the Shark Tank fucking DC that chewed him alive. Get fucked.
You have none of that experience.
Like, the dude has never had anything but a family fucking business. So he doesn't have shareholders or a board to even answer to. He's never been responsible. He took his dad's company and shit on it for a decade and then decided to, like, polish the turds and sell them.
What would you say to people saying, hey, you can't come in here as a pilgrim and have God told you to do it because you're just going to get chopped up in a million pieces because these moves, they're playing four-dimension chess politically. Well,
he's not playing four-dimension. All right, look, DC may play four-dimensional chess, but Mike Pillow plays three-dimensional chutes and ladders. So get ready, okay? You don't know the kind of moves he can put on somebody. You know what I mean? You think they could do this kind of like power play House of Cards thing? Mike Pillow sells sheets and blankets too. He could Dutch oven these fuckers.
Say you, sir.
I say that's not true at all. I have been in the last 2 to 4 years, I've been thrown into the political mix. I've been attacked more attacks than probably anyone other than our great real president, Donald Trump.
Our great real president, Donald Trump. Yeah, because Trump's still president or whatever.
I've lived in that space. I know so many of these politicians by name.
Wait, what? You know, like Jim Jordan's name and Rep MTG's name, Marjorie Trailer Green, whatever her name is. You know, Lauren Boba. You know, GYM Jordan.
Both sides, mostly obviously the Republicans.
Yeah, but mostly.
But no, I've been there and I've lived it. And
I bought the t-shirt and I'm ready to go. He's been there and he's lived it.
Also, these guys haven't ran. I don't believe any of them have had to sit atop of a company where you have to make decisions based on things that all of a sudden it's an emergency of all time. We get these all the time here, especially the last couple of years at my companies and My Pillow.
Yeah. Self-inflicted wounds, you dipshit. Jesus Christ, man. Nobody at My Pillow would have had a fucking single problem if this asshole said, I'm taking a leave of absence to deal with my political beliefs and stuff like this. This has nothing to do with my company. I'm going to continue to promote it, but there's no overlap. The attitude and the ideas I have are not reflected in My Pillow. Bullshit. He promotes RAV and the War Room. He puts this on fucking Lindell TV. They have a show there and on here, and he pays for it. He gives everybody a fucking... Diamond and Silk have a fucking promo code. All these problems are self-inflicted. And secondly, when you're a businessman and you have a business and you're like, shit, we're running out of... We got too much product and not enough customers, or we got too little product and not enough delivery people or whatever. You can hire some people in some cases, which in the citizenry, they just exist. You can't force people to have more kids, right? Or you can't fire the poor just when you're tired of budgeting for them.
And we've got to make decisions. And you know what? I have a proven track record, Steve.
Yes, you're a multimillionaire who eats at Arby's because you like it. Pack a lunch, motherfucker.
I'm out of it unscathed, or even better sometimes, even better. We use a problem and you go, okay, this problem's here. Let's not only fix it, but let's make it better and learn.
Yeah, let's make it a better problem. Wait.
Learn from it, and how can we improve? I've said it before, Steve. In 2012, when I did my first infomercial, I was living in my sister's basement, and I had like 10 employees. 40 days later, I had 500. I was the #1 infomercial in the world within 2 months. I built my own call center, everything, and in that space. Well, over the next 6 months, we took in hundreds of millions of dollars.
And then
I couldn't even believe it. But I woke up that day in May, and I was $6 million in debt.
Yeah, you heard it right. Yeah, and on crack.
Because everybody had taken advantage. All these problems had happened internal. We had corruption. There was all kind of things that happened. But I learned from that. I didn't just go, oh no, I'm done forever. I didn't have a bank. I had to, being $6 million in debt. I learned from 2012 to get to where I'm at today. Sold over 75 million my pillows and thousands of products now, thousands of employees.
By the way, what'd I tell you? What'd I fucking tell you? He's always closing. They're going to bring up the promo code at the end of this.
But if 2012 had not happened, Steve, I wouldn't be here talking to you because...
Well, yeah, if the Mayans had been right, we'd all be gone.
I learned from that very dark time and picked up my feet and fixed it and...
He picked up his feet and fixed it.
Move forward to make it the best ever. And that's what needs to be done with the RNC.
I have such brilliant people as Larry Hogan, Chris Christie, Governor Asa Hutchinson, Nikki Haley, everybody. They're all talking. Morning Joe every morning are talking about how the Republican Party needs to put the divisiveness aside. They can't be a divisive in this Congress.
No.
Everybody has to come together and have a group hug. And what we need to do to win 2024 is
and none of it involves Mike Pillow being in charge of fucking anything.
You have to broaden out things, but you have to drop the divisiveness. People, there might be a couple of three people to say, hey, Mike Lindell maybe ain't Steve Bannon or Donald Trump, but he's one of the, he makes the top 5 of divisive. Why would it make sense for the RNC to right now select someone like yourself that comes at a thing with a certain angle of attack, sir?
The only one saying that is the media, Steve. The people themselves, we're uniters. The people, I was just...
The media is concerned that Mike Pillow is not enough of a uniter and that he might be too divisive to run the RNC. Or that he's a complete asshole who would have no idea what he's doing, who might wreck the entire thing, which I'm fine with.
Just in California a month and a half ago, with all these people that they're very liberal, they voted Democrat, they're switching. But they're also afraid of what's going on with the Republican Party. And so...
Then what are they switching to?
I would say it's a uniter. We're really uniters, not dividers. And I will say to all of those that disagree...
This is the greatest revival for Jesus Christ in the history of our world.
If you keep the same input, you're going to get the same output. Failure, failure, failure. With the current footprint we have in the United States, we are at the most critical time in our country's history. If you're going to sit back and go, same old, status quo input, number one, then it's over.
That's true. If Mike Pillow is not the head of the RNC, you're done. If you just pick a Republican politician who cares about the party and tries to keep it afloat, that's a recipe for disaster. What you need is someone who thinks he was assaulted with a tangerine and can babble for 3 days straight.
Going to lose. Your donors aren't given, and your party is going to crumble. And it's already.
Don't threaten me with a good time, man.
You can't. If they don't have a plan of something different coming in.
I have a plan. Attack.
Different input. You're going to get the same output, Steve. So I say to that, you want to make this. You want to succeed. You get me elected to all these states where one of those 168 people that I'm going to call each and every one of them and ask them what the problems are and tell them how I'm going to fix it. It's going to be it's going to be a great uniting of our country. I really believe it. Would you
go? I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can tell he believes it by his deflated fucking face and his realization that he's just talked for like a minute and said nothing. What the hell?
Lee Zeldin's talking about running. Ron is obviously talking about running. Would you be open to debate those people on an open stage?
Please, oh Lord. Please, Lord. Please, Lord, gift us. with a debate for people to run the RNC live on television? Please, Lord, Lee Zeldin and Herschel Walker after he loses, and Mike Pillow and Marjorie Taylor Greene all debating each other. Lord, I don't ask much, and I don't ask often, but please, could there be one thing, just one, is those four assholes leg wrestling over who can run the fucking RNC? Jesus.
With questions thrown out there by the audience to actually debate Rana, debate Lee Zeldin, or anybody that came forward with a credible...
he's just stop talking. He's ready. He's going to burst. I'll debate anybody.
Campaign, would you be open to debate them?
100%. If they've got some ideas, I'd incorporate them in that after I win. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to hear their debate. But usually
No, all right. Not hear their debate, stupid. If you would debate them on how you would run things better than... Fuck me.
People that are afraid of debates have already had previous failures. And
well, for the record, I fear no debate. Just no one will take me on. I don't know what the deal is. Can someone, does anybody watch those, online debates? I never get invited. I wonder why. Because I'm always right and master of the filibuster? Could be. I just think they're jealous of my hair.
And that's, you've seen that.
And by the way, my hair is kind of laying flat today, so I have kind of a Steve Perry meets Bruce McCullough in Brain Candy. Sometimes it's dark.
And all these elections from down there in Arizona that Katie Hobbs never wanted to have a debate. That's kind of weird. And then she controls her own election. You think that's a problem? Absolutely. I would.
I do think it was a problem that Carrie Lake is who she was left to run against. Like a straight up election denying maggot Q wannabe turncoat, by the way, who was, like Trump, a faux dem for a very long time.
Welcome it, and I would, as long as they
and hard as the debate could possibly be, just a debate.
They wanted to have it as many times as they wanted to debate.
Oh, you take it and you like it, just as.
If they keep saying let's have another debate, we lost that one. Yeah, let's keep having them the same.
Yeah, that's productive. Let's just argue all the time. Shit. Yes, I have very Danzig hair.
There's
right
same
now.
things.
This is as Danzig as my hair ever gets. Mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
They have nothing to go on.
There's nobody, I think, in this country that's a bigger supporter of President Trump than Mike Lindell. And his.
Oh, I don't know. I think there's a lot of people. There's that guy who dresses up as Uncle Sam. There's the front row Joes. There's the side row hoes. There's Diamond and Shellac. Again, that's a debate I would like to see. When are we going to have that? I mean, hold on. That's what we need next. Because I think we haven't decided who the greatest supporter of Donald Trump is. And I think they should all duke it out, metaphorically speaking. They all need to brick suit guy, give him a shot in a microphone. My hair is a bit Thulsa Doom, too. That's true. I do have helmet head. That's true today. I made you, boy. That is strength. That is power. The riddle of steel.
Put his money where his mouth is, and his companies where his mouth is, and his whole person and being. If
and his business where his butt is.
President Trump was to call you up today after seeing this and say, "Hey, Mike, I saw it. I know you. I love you. You're fantastic. You're a great patriot.
But
I think you ought to sit this one out for the good of the RNC and for good of my candidacy in 2024."
If Trump thinks you're a babbling lunatic, and he iterated so much to me just a week ago, and he's like, what a fucking loser. We're doomed if this asshole has the levers of power. What would you say in response? You know it, don't you, boy? That's right.
What would you say, sir?
I would say, I'm sorry, sir, but my decision's already been made. And
yes. God damn it. Suck it up. Sir, yes, sir.
And I prayed about it, and this is God's will, and this is what I'm doing. And
oh, God, it's God's will that he fail at running for the RNC. This reminds me of Sam Kinnison's bit about Pat Robertson running for president. Everybody, I'm going to tell Pat Robertson to run for president. Thanks for making me look like a fucking ass. In the middle of the night, check this out, guys. Come here. I'm gonna tell him to check his tire pressure. Pat, wake up, get up, buddy. I need you to go check your tire pressure.
I'm not. I think I've been straightforward with everyone in this country and the world. When I do my due diligence and when I go all in, I'm all in.
Oh yes, yeah. Nothing's slowing you down from being gullible and bullheaded.
Don't change from that. I will listen to people, but this decision's already been made.
By the Lord, okay? The Lord made this decision. So fuck off, okay?
And it's not going to, nothing's going to dissuade me now. I'm 100% all in.
Except for, of course, losing. He did create an email address on Friday that already gave himself the title.
And when I go...
I'm not kidding. It's Mike Lindell, RNC, at frankspeech.com.
All in, I go all in to win, and I go all in to fix what I've Steve, if all my business...
Fix what you've broken? You almost said
businesses, they've all succeeded because I've learned from my failures. If you have failures, you learn from them, and then you move on, and you...
Great. So we'll look forward to your third RNC run when you finally get it together.
Fix it based on that failure. And this is where we're at in this country, and
where we are.
It's going to be amazing. I just, I would hope that our real president, Joe
Biden,
would see that too. See that the great things he's done, being a businessman. I think he knows me well enough. I've gotten through adversity, which But
hi, stupid. Listen, you have more money than Donald Trump does. I'm not kidding. Mike Pillow has more money than Donald Trump. The asset to liability on paper and in hidden coffers, hands down, Mike Pillow actually has money. And that's what he doesn't get.
By the grace of God. And people call it a miracle, the stuff that Mike Pillow has gotten through in my companies to be able to get, in spite of all the attacks.
Yeah, I feel the same way about ShamWow. That's still around, even though the ShamWow guy was arrested for battery. And that's how I knew that the actual thing didn't work, because there were bloodstains that that connected him to the crime. I mean, ShamWow, what are you fucking thinking? You can't even clean up a crime scene and destroy. Like, what is ShamWow for if not an alibi?
And everything, and it's another thing where it's going to be a great uniting too, because all these people, these 168 members.
He wrote that down. He's got 168 members written on.
They're all going to have to either, open their eyes, and if they, one of the things, Steve, this is.
Well, they don't have to open their eyes. The Lord will open their eyes. He'll speak directly to their heart. They really won't have a choice. Because certainly the Lord wouldn't tell you to run for the head of the RNC and tell any of the members of the RNC necessary to make you that to vote against you.
Nobody knows who they're voting for, so that's one good thing. So they don't have to. They can make a decision based on, hey, where do they see that this could go? Successes, and I believe that it'll be that I will win, and then
this is great so far. I mean, you got my vote.
We're going to start some major changes. And I'm not going to say this, Steve, that it's going to take time. It can be done immediately.
Yeah. Okay. We don't. Look, the RNC. The one thing we need to know is it needs to be a dictatorship. They'll vote me in, and then they don't have a say from that moment on. You put me in charge, I run the fucking place.
Like we hit the ground running, and you're going to see change immediately. And you're going to see donors wanting to pour their money, and you're going to see things done immediately.
Oh, yeah. Like things. Like what?
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, okay, well then I'm sorry. You're right. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Just tell me it's amazing, and you got me. You had me at you know what I mean?
Mike, how do people track you?
Jesus Christ. He's just going into autopilot. How do they find you on the social media? What sites should they go to? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I'm not.
Because I assume that a lot of people watching now are going to want to track you 24/7. Some for the good and some for maybe the less good. Where do they go?
Right. Well, all the horrible media, they have my direct phone number. I expect their.
Excuse me. As an alleged member of the horrible media, I don't have Mike Pillow's number. God damn it. Can somebody get me that number? Anybody who watches the show who's in the horrible media, you know who you are. You all watch me. DM me Mike Pillow's number, God damn it. It's at entrepreneur.com. Oh, God. Hold on. Shit, now I gotta... Give me a second. This is gonna be so bad. Let's see, find it. Rats. Entrepreneur.com is already taken. Mike Lindell is serious about running for RNC. I just literally, 1-800-Entrepreneur. That might be it. I might have to do that. By the way, I'm not going to stick around for him selling the rest of this shit. You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, and I think that shows taste and breeding on your part. And I want to thank all of our patrons specifically for making this show possible. As I was traveling over the weekend for Thanksgiving, doing the show from my dad's house, at one point, the internet just cadavered. It just died. And luckily, it came back in like 30 seconds. It was literally like somebody had cut the cable and then repatched it. But when it happened, it made me abundantly aware how, while I was worrying about that, I didn't have to worry about the computer I was using, the mic I was using, the camera I was using, the wires that attach them, the Stream Deck thing that I have, because of our Patreon supporters, right? That it's nice, you know, because when I have a catastrophe, I'm always aware that there are other potential catastrophes that aren't happening. It's that stoic optimism that I manage all the time. So thank you. Thank you, patrons, for that.